Hi guys, in this section let we have an interesting talk on cancer. Before going to talk about cancer, let we have a short talk on cell division. So we can term the cell division as cycle because the cycle of events will be happens repeatedly to produce more and more cells. So while coming to the stages of cell division, basically the initial stage, the before stage will be G0 phase. At times the cell leaves the cycle and temporarily stop dividing. This is called a resting period. So it can be for a short time or long and more permanent period. For example, in case of neurons, after reaching the end stage of development, stop dividing and enter into a more permanent resting phase. After this resting phase, if the division is initiated, the first phase of cell division will be termed as G1 phase. It is also termed as first gap phase. In this phase, cells start growing and enlarges physically. It forms a copy of organelles and produces all the necessary molecule building blocks such as RNA and synthesize the proteins that are essential for later stages. At this point, a control mechanism is activated to ensure proper DNA synthesis. This control mechanism is termed as G1 checkpoint. After the G1 phase, we have S phase. In this phase, the cell produces a complete copy of DNA in the nucleus to produce two similar daughter cells. The DNA replication begins in S phase. The microtubule organizing structures, centrosomes, is also copied in this phase. The centrosomes is the structure that helps in dividing the DNA during M phase. And after the S phase, the cell enters into the G2 phase, which is the second gap phase. In this phase, the cell grow further and produce the proteins, organelles, and start rearranging the constituents of cell for the division. And at this stage also, we have another checkpoint, which is ensuring everything is ready for the division. And then after, we have M phase where the cell get divided. So all the visible centrosomes are pulled apart with the help of mitotic spindles, and then it is furtherly divided into four separate stages like prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Whatever. After this, the nucleus get condensed into chromosomes and pulled apart with the help of mitotic spindles. Once these all are done, we have cytokinesis, where the cytoplasm of the cell is divided towards the two daughter cells. Once this is all done, two daughter cells are produced and cell cycle get existed. So we have G0 phase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, and M phase, finally the cytokinesis. So this is all about cell division. Let we have a look on. You can see here clearly we have G0 phase, and then we have G1 phase where the synthesis of proteins and RNA is done. And once this is all completely done, we have S phase, nothing but synthesis phase, where the DNA synthesis will be done. Once the DNA synthesis is done, we have centrosome copying is also done, and we have G2 phase where further synthesis is done. And once this is all done, we have M phase where the cell get divided. And we have cytokinesis is there. There is formation of two daughter cells. This is all about cell division. So generally this cell division is maintained by our genetical matter. So nothing but our DNA. So while DNA is going to maintain this cell division by means of three genes. Nothing but oncogene, tumor suppressor gene, and apoptic genes. So once the age of cell get completed, then obviously it undergoes death by means of apoptic gene. And once the old one supposed to get rid of, then obviously we need new one to take the duty, isn't it? So that new ones will be synthesized by oncogenes, and the control will be taken over by tumor suppressor gene. Once any of the alteration of this oncogene, tumor suppressor gene, and apoptic gene is done, then obviously we get more cell production is there, and that what we term as tumors. So basically we have two types of tumors, that is benign tumor and malignant tumor. So while coming to the benign tumor, you can see here, so these benign tumors are not cancerous. Why? Because it is having its strict boundaries. So it is supposed to attach to the cell membranes. While coming to the malignant tumors, these are the cancerous. You can see here, it is loosely packed. These are the cancerous, can be spread to other tissues and organs. So we have a clear description of comparison for benign tumors and the malignant tumors. While coming to the benign tumors, they tend not to spread to other parts and grow slowly and not invade nearby tissues and never shows any metastasis, and it have its clear boundaries. It familiar like other cells, normal cells, and never secretes any hormones or secretions that affects the body, and we need treatment sometimes. So we may or may not require. So when we require the treatment is in case of shrinkage of tissues nearby tissues shrinkage is there, then we need treatment. Like in case of pancreatic cancers, tumors, or in case of pituitary tumor, the best example. If we have a pituitary tumor is there, no. So once that pituitary tumor is there, obviously that is going to shrink the optical nerve. When that is done, obviously we have damage of our visibility. In such cases, we have to remove the tumor. So in such cases, the benign tumor needs treatment. While coming to the malignant tumors, the cells can spread and usually grows very rapidly after it invades to other surrounding tissues and can spread via bloodstream and lymphatic system, may reoccur after removal, and the cells is normally abnormal like normal cells and can secrete several secretions which causes fatigue and weight loss and may require aggressive treatment. So simply, while you are talking about cancer, so we have a spread all over the body and which causes damage not only the area it initiated. So even it is spread all over the body, we can term this with a name where it initiated itself. So while coming to cancer, what is meant by cancer? We all know, uncontrolled proliferation of cells, abnormal cells will be termed as cancer. And how it is done? Generally our cells contains DNA, we already says about it. So this DNA, if any alteration is there in this DNA, then obviously cell correct that alteration and make it normal. If cell fail to correct that alterations, then obviously that is going to cause tumors and once the tumor is get developed, there is a fast growing of the cells is there and which is going to develop its own blood system. That's what angiogenesis is done. So once the angiogenesis is done, obviously the things get disrupted, and sometimes in case of metastasis condition, it is going to invade to nearby tissues and causes damage there also. So if any of the uncontrolled proliferation can damage other parts of the body is termed as a cancer, and these are the causes of the cancer which is going to affect the normal functioning and normal correction of the cell, potentially affecting the normal correction of the cells. And here we have the pathogenesis is there. So if any of the DNA damage is there, if cell is failed to repair that DNA damage, then obviously we have activation of oncogenes and inactivation of tumor suppressor gene and alteration of apoptosis process. Once this is all done, we have higher cell proliferation and decreased apoptosis that causes tumors, and if it is progressive, then it causes cancer sometimes. So these are the several forms of cancer we have. So generally, if the cancer is located towards the tissue surfaces or skin, it is termed as carcinoma. If it is located towards the connective tissue, it is termed as sarcoma. If it is located towards the bone marrow, it is termed as leukemia. If it is located towards the lymphatic system, it is termed as lymphoma or myeloma. And we have several other types of other forms of the cancer based on the location of it. And while coming to the treatment regimen, we can treat the cancer by means of radiation or by means of hormonal therapies and by means of anti-cancer drugs, which is going to kill the rapidly growing cells. So we have so many problems with the treatment regimen of cancer. Why? Because that is going to focus on the rapidly growing cells. So it is going to kill the normal cells too, isn't it? We have some rapidly growing cells in our body. So the hair, the blood, these all are rapidly growing cells. If we take the cancer treatment, that is also affecting the rapidly growing cells of our body. So because of that reason, we have several alterations happen in our body. To control such things, now we have target-based medications is there, which is mainly focusing on cancer cells, cancerous cells. This is all about cancer. Thank you.